We have an abundance of lichens growing in our yard, mostly on decorative rocks and stones. For years, we've seen these organic growths as sort of sacred. I recall my late husband would not let the girls play around them or step on them. He was very protective. A couple of years ago, I learned that lichens can be used to make natural dye. And it still took me a while to get around to experimenting with it. But it is something that I wanted to try. And so in this video, I will show you the experiment and work that I've done so far making dye from lichens. Now, I won't pretend to know everything about lichens, but my understanding is that they are the combination of fungi and algae, maybe not necessarily considered a plant, but rather an organism. I do know that they grow very, very slowly, and it's really hard to tell the age of a lichen. I know that these here in the yard have been here for many, many years, a lot of them. And I do see places where new ones begin to grow. So I was just working to collect some pieces. I found that after a rain, they were easier to pull off of the rocks. I mostly use my fingers, but at one point I did have tweezers. And I think I found it to be easier using my hands. So I gathered them from different places around the yard so as not to completely remove all of the lichens from one rock or just one place. Just wanted to be careful about how I collected them. But I wanted to get enough so that I could make 3 different jars, 3 different solutions of dye and just see what happens with various additives. What I'm doing here is based on some reading that I had done. This was back in May of 2024. This video was taken. And my plan is to use ammonia, vinegar, and then also just plain water to see what will happen in terms of the creation of various dye colors. So I divided the lichen up into 3 jars. I added water, I'll say like 2 parts water, and then in one I put 1 part vinegar, in one I used 1 part ammonia, and then the other I didn't add anything other than water. And based on videos that I've seen, it's possible to create a beautiful purple color with lichen and ammonia. You can also create nice yellow colors, brown, something similar to orange. So I'm interested in the purple and just whatever else happens. But my understanding is that to achieve the purple color, it could take several weeks to several months. So we'll see. So this is basic household ammonia, and I've used this also when making dye from aloe vera leaves. And in the video I saw about lichens, someone was saying, well, the terminology used is fermentation. So using ammonia will help ferment the lichens. And this is the solution that can potentially produce purple color. But it is based on the type of lichen. If a certain, I believe, chemical is present in the lichen, and there is a test that can be done to determine if that chemical is there, that will let you know if that particular lichen has the potential to produce the purple color. And that's a test done with bleach, and I did do that, and I'll include a video here as well. All right here I am testing out this lichen. Supposedly if you drop bleach on the lichen and it turns orange, then the lichen contains the substance that will be needed to make purple dye. This one does turn orange a bit, so I'm hopeful for the future outcome of this dye. Over the month of May and June, I would just go in and shake the dyes around a bit. The ammonia works almost immediately at making this brown color here. And here are the outcomes after having these jars of dye out in the sun for about 1 day. I don't think that the color changed that much as a result of being in the heat of the sun. I think these colors would have been achieved had the fabric just been left in the jars inside, or out of the sun as well. But one is leaning more toward a yellowish golden color, and one seems to be more brown. Essentially, once they dry, they both appear khaki color to me, just one lighter, one darker. Time will tell if the lichen that had ammonia added turns purple. So I'll continue to check it and will definitely update in the future if I achieve that color. It will be pretty exciting to see if that happens. So I look forward to updating if it does. In the meantime, hopefully this was helpful in some way to you, and thanks so much for watching.